What's up, everybody? This is Emmanuel Tarsus from Orange County, California, and I'm out here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm your host for this episode of MX TV. MX TV. Music. Message. Mission. Alone, by myself. Man, why am I feeling like this? Look at everybody else. Look at what everybody else is doing. Did they have to go through this too? I hate this feeling. You told me you were there. Why didn't you step in? Why do I have to feel like this? Why am I going through this? Is there a purpose? Is there a reason? God, I'm sinking. I'm sinking, God. I need you. I need help. I can't do this without you. I can't do this by myself. Depression began for me at an early age. I didn't like where life was at and where life was going. My family life started to fall apart. I would get so frustrated and I didn't know how to channel my emotions. And I'm only telling you this, I'm exposing this so that you know I understand that there's other people out there and personally, I get it.
Where was God when my mom was being beaten?
Where were you to help pay the bill?
I thought you were good. I thought you were just. I thought you were fair.
It doesn't make any sense. People say that God is everywhere, but God, when I look at those situations,
sometimes I wonder if you're even there anymore. Even when you have questions, Jesus cares. Log on to JesusCares.com to chat with someone who understands.
I thought I was the only one that struggled with this. And honestly, I wish that I was the only one that struggled with this. But what I realized when I opened up and I shared the things that were going on inside of me, that's what helped. That's when the healing process started to begin. Maybe this would help you too. Maybe opening up, telling somebody that you love or that loves you, maybe that would help you too. MX TV. Music. Message. Mission. Listen, pay attention, man. Get a little closer and really soak this in. Because I got something that's gonna help you.
I bet it's in that place where I give him an all-access pass, permission to tour, to manage, and completely rebrand my heart.
He just wants to be that loving father that he is, to really just wrap you in his arms and say, I'm here, I love you, and I've got this.
Man, honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm alone in this world. I feel stuck. The world's moving, but I'm not. Everything's muddy, grimy, like sinking sand, and I hate it. I feel depressed, no motivation, but I understand. I felt that way before. Those are real feelings and real emotions. I get you. The walls start caving in, and that's where the temptations begin. Does that sound familiar to you? Social media really, it causes depression. We're comparing our behind the scenes to everybody else's highlight reels or what they want us to think is their highlight reel. And honestly, it brings us down. It brings us down because it makes us feel like our lives are not as good as everybody else's. But let me tell you something. Comparison is the thief of all joy. If we compare our lives to others, especially the behind the scenes to the highlight reels, we're always gonna come up short. We should never compare our lives to other people's. It's not real. It's not reality. I get it. I get trying to numb yourself with exterior pain so that you don't feel the interior pain. But there is another answer. I looked. I tried everything else. But those things just didn't work. I would try them and I would feel like they were working for a little while. But then after a while, I would just feel empty again. The pain, the hurts, coming right back to the surface. Depression, it was like a bad dream that I just couldn't wake up from. It would follow me to my waking hours. I just couldn't escape it.
Sometimes it's hard to trust you, God. Why am I tripping? Why do I freak out? Why don't I realize you're the only one alive who knows how to calm me down? And why I seek approval from people around town when you're the one I do this for? And I know that you're proud, cause you tell me that you're proud of me. You never even doubted me, and when I mess up, you always work it out with me, and that happens a lot. I'm sorry that I'm doubting you, please forgive me, God.
I'm so lost, sometimes I don't know why I let my mind give in. I'm tempted by these lies. Help my sight, I need you day and night. How could I ever doubt you, Lord? I don't know why.
And if I already gave you control of my life, why do I try to take it back? Time after time, you told me you got it, and you've never lied. So how come I'm anxious and can't sleep at night? Why do I keep asking you for a sign like it wasn't enough when you saved my life? I worry about things that ain't even happened. What good is my faith if it ain't in action? You say not to worry about the next day, and if I follow you, you'll show me the best way. I know that it's true, I've been following you, so why do I act like you won't follow through? God, I don't know, yeah, that's why I'm here, releasing my fears as you wipe my tears. I'm nothing without you, and that I won't hide. Forgive me for doubting and all of my pride.
I'm so lost, sometimes I don't know why I let my mind give in.
Because my depression was manifesting and coming to the surface, I started to be self-destructive and destructive towards others. I was disrespecting my coaches, disrespecting my teachers, getting kicked out of practice, getting kicked out of class. I was starting fights. I ended up being ineligible to play basketball, and I got kicked off of the football team. You ever been there? You ever had those experiences? I'm sure you guys know what happened next, right? For the first time ever, I had a bunch of free time on my hands. And that's when I gave in to drugs and heavy partying. All I ever wanted was, I just wanted to fit in. I wanted to belong to something. How can I be in a room filled with people, filled to the brim, and still feel alone? Still feel like an outcast. I just wanted to fit in. I wanted to be a part of something. Why was I making these decisions? Why was I hurting myself? These decisions that I was making, they were only hurting me. Why did I do that? I don't understand. I was just empty. So empty. I felt so ashamed. You were there? You were there, right? You were there? God. Why? How could I make these decisions? Why was I making them? Continuing to go back, feeling empty and ashamed. I just wanted to belong. I wanted to fit in. But I would always go back to feeling alone. I just don't understand. Does it feel like I'm describing you? Have you ever been at that place? Do you understand what I'm saying? Is this you? Do you feel it? Listen, pay attention, man. Get a little closer and really soak this in, because I got something that's gonna help you. It was a massive cycle. I was depressed, and then came substance abuse. And then I was depressed, and that's when the drinking started. I was depressed, and then came not feeling like I was worth anything. My self-worth was shot. I was depressed, and then sex and abusing girls, thinking of them like objects. Then came depression. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm getting at? It's a wicked, wicked cycle that just keeps on going and going and going. I thought this would fix me. I thought this would fix me. I thought this would fix me. Why do I feel so incomplete? It doesn't make sense. I got a girlfriend that loves me, and I feel incomplete. I got a daughter now, and I feel incomplete. Why do I still feel empty? Why do I? Nothing's working, man. Nothing's working, man. The pain is back. The pain is back. It felt, I thought things were good. The pain is back. It always happens. I just want to numb out. I just want to numb out again. I don't get it. Did I do something wrong? Is it me? Is it me? I need to find something to numb this pain, man. I need to find something to numb this. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? My big homie has a gun. I know. I'm gonna just ask him to borrow it. I'm just ask him to borrow it, man. Nice and quick, just get it done. That's it. Man, I don't want to feel this way. I'm gonna hit him up, man. I'm gonna hit him up right now. I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna go get that gun. I'm gonna just end it right now, man. I'm done. Maybe, you know what, mate? No, I'll just drive off the cliff. I'm gonna head up to the mountains, just drive off the cliff. No, man. No, just the gun, real quick. Yeah, that's it, man. The gun. I'm gonna call the homies. I'm gonna get the gun, man. That's what I'm gonna do. Why am I feeling like this? Why? I hate this. I hate this. I hate feeling this way. I hate myself. I hate everybody. I hate everybody. I hate the world, man. Oh. I don't feel this way, man. I just want it to be over. One day I hit rock bottom. Luckily for me, when I was a little boy, my mom took me to church. Luckily for me, when I was young, my mom told me who Jesus was. It was in my darkest hour, in the darkest place, that I realized I had tried everything, or so I thought. And that's when I ended up on my knees realizing that I tried everything except one, Jesus Christ. So I cried out to God, I cried out to Jesus, and I gave him my life. It was then that I got sober. It was right then and there that I experienced Christ in my life. I had been trying to fill the void and numb the pain with all these other things, but now I had Jesus inside of me. I had the healer with me and inside of me. I didn't need any of that other stuff. I didn't need the partying or those other things that were Band-Aids. I had God. I experienced the mighty power of Jesus Christ and how he could transform your life. I experienced that. I began a journey with God. I began following Christ and entering into a new life. But I say that, and I want you to remember journey, because sometimes it's hard even today. I mean, I've been a Christian for 5.5 years, and the depression comes and tries to creep, and the enemy attacks and tries to tempt me to go back to those old ways. But now I have a protector, Jesus Christ. They say you love us. They say you love all of us. But do you really love me? I can't do this anymore. My mom told me, she told me I had to pray. She said it didn't matter where I was. She said it didn't matter what I was doing, that if I just prayed to you, that you would hear me and that you're there. Because I give up. I can't do this anymore. I keep crashing and burning. I've done this all on my own strength. I've done this all by myself, and I've tried everything. Everything except you. I want to give it to you, God, my life. I want to try you, God. I want to try you. I surrender. I can't do this by myself. I can't do this by myself, God. I surrender to you. I want you to take over. Lead me, God. Forgive me, God. Save me. Rescue me, God. Here I am. Take over. I can't do this by myself anymore. I believe, God. I believe. I know sometimes you feel alone. I know sometimes it seems like you're by yourself. But with God, you're never alone. You're never by yourself. And that's what I experienced. It gets tough, trust me. Sometimes I still feel down. Sometimes I still feel low. I get it. It ain't easy. Sometimes I just want to quit. Honestly, but I have God now, and God's right here next to me. He goes before me, he's behind me, he's all around me. The Bible says not to be afraid, because the Lord your God will go before you and that he is with you. And that's what I'm experiencing now. I have the tools to defeat depression because God won the victory. He sent his son to die on the cross for everything that you're facing right now. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to walk by yourself. We've all tried those quick fixes,